God is saying that your breakthrough is in your voice. Your breakthrough is connected to your voice. Many of you have a Moses anointing, okay? You're called to lead many people out of bondage, okay? And you're going to use your voice first to do so. You're called to be an advocate for a cause. And 9 times out of 10, this cause is something that you have already endured, whether that is whatever pain and suffering that you have went through, whether you have battled homelessness, some type of abuse, especially sexual abuse. Many of y'all have to stop being afraid and ashamed of y'all's story. Stop being embarrassed because of the families that you've come from, that God has now drawn you out of. Okay? Like Moses was. Moses' name means to draw out. Okay? Because when Pharaoh's daughter drew him out the water, she named him Moses, saying, I drew him out the water. Okay? I drew him out the water. So that means that you have been pulled aside. You have been saved from death. And typically the ones who are pulled out of bondage are called to go back in and get the other people that are still in bondage once God fully trains you and prepares you, like he did Moses, which is why you in isolation. Every servant of God's in the Bible and every prophet of God's in the Bible had to endure a season of isolation to go through training so they can be taught what to say, how to say it, because many of you may be like me. You might have a speech impediment. Like I stutter a lot, mess up my words, talk fast. And for a while too, I was like, for one, where I come from and my roots, it's like me doing this, like you want me to be a messenger for you. Like, I don't feel like I could do that. Like, and then I'm not the best speaker and I'm not articulate, but God will train you in the process and he will put people on your path to help you in the process, just as he did Moses. Moses did not believe he could do it. So let's read right quick. But before I get into it, that is what many of you guys are called here to do. You're an advocate. You're called to use your voice. This is why it's important to get that throat chakras cleared, because your voice is connected to your breakthrough and the breakthrough of many other people. You have to stop being silenced. And that was a trick of the enemy. And that was one of the tactics in your narcissistic family system, was to silence you, to shut you up, to neglect you, abandon you, to get you to shut up. They wanted to silence you. We know there's a time to speak and a time to be silent. And you have to have discernment to know when to do. But a lot of people, especially the chosen ones, a lot of y'all have been silenced and you scared to speak up about certain things. You scared to speak up about injustices. And maybe because at one point in your life, you did speak up about an injustice that was done to you, or maybe someone around you, and it got brushed under the rug. They condemned you. They beat you. They hurt you for speaking a truth. And ever since then, you said, I ain't saying nothing else. So you've become silent and you fought so many battles silently because no one ever believed you. But God is saying, I saw, I heard, I watched everything. I believed you, which is why I separated you from them, which is why I allowed them to hurt you so bad so that you could finally run away from them. Because mind you, all right, we're gonna get there, but same thing with Moses. When he found out it was a hit out on him, like the Pharaoh wanted him dead, because Moses fell into his situation because of the same thing, okay? He grew up as an Egyptian, but he also used to still see his own people. He saw his own people from his tribe in slavery and the harsh treatment that was being done to him. So with the injustice that he's seen being done by the Egyptian today, let's read right quick. So it says, one day Moses had grown up. He went out to where his people were and watched them at their hard labor. He saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his own people. Looking this way and that way, seeing no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. The next day, he went out and saw 2 Hebrews fighting. He asked the one in the wrong, "Why are you hitting your fellow Hebrew?" The man said, "Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "What I did must have become known." And when Pharaoh heard of this, he tried to kill Moses, but Moses fled from Pharaoh and went to live in Midian, where he sat down by a well. Okay? And we want to stop it there for right now, because I got to go back to the other part. But I wanted y'all to hear this because he was defending his own people, though he was pulled out initially because he was raised up as an Egyptian. Okay? He was raised up as an Egyptian, but he still had love for his people. Like, and many of you guys are like this. We all are like this. We be pulled away from our family members and away from people that we once loved and cared about, or still do, but we're separated from them for a season. And sometimes it's forever. Sometimes it's just temporarily while God clean you up and do a work through you, because the assignment on your life is huge. An anointing is only an assignment. Being anointed and chosen, and people make it sound fancy and cute and all that, but it's really not. We endure so much more than others. But it's because we're going to be used to a higher magnitude than other. God is calling many of you to lead in a cause, lead in justice, okay? So many people hate what's going on in the world, but if nobody is speaking up about the injustices being done, how are we going to get the world saved? How is people going to overcome these obstacles? How is the problems going to be solved if nobody wants to speak up about it? Everybody want to brush everything under the rug. Everybody want to act like this ain't that. Everybody want to sugarcoat everything. If we have no truth tellers in the world, how is the world going to become a better place? This is why truth tellers exist. The chosen ones, the black sheep, the ones scapegoated for speaking truths, seeing truth. This is why you were silenced, for speaking truths, for being an advocate for causes, for being like a Moses and trying to save other people or even save yourself for injustices that was done to you or to those around you. Some of y'all have been fighting for y'all siblings, going to war against y'all family members for other siblings, okay? And got scrutinized and beat up and hurt all because of that, okay? So God is telling you, your voice is what's going to change your life. Okay, that's why he's calling you on a separate path so that he can train you up on what to say. So let's read that right quick too. And this might be a 2-part video. Okay, so we're gonna read about him giving Moses the assignment first. So this is definitely gonna be a 2-part video, or maybe 3. So he gave Moses the assignment. He said, so now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people. Let's read it from the beginning part here. So when he appeared to Moses in the burning bush, he basically was appearing to him to tell him what he had for him. And it was the assignment that he had for him. So he said, the Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I've heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I'm concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the home of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. That was the assignment. So now go. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt, out of bondage, out of slavery, whatever that is. And God is saying that is your same assignment. I'm sending you out to go and bring my people who are still in bondage, still suffering from the things you once suffered from, still in them toxic relationships, domestic violence relationships, still in poverty, still battling addictions you have dealt with, still battling certain lust, sins that you have battled. He's helping, he's bringing you out of it, separating you from it so that you can then go back and help them. Okay? But you don't feel equipped because you might feel like you don't know what to say. You might be new at this. You don't know your fullness of your gifts yet. Let's go over to part 2. And we're going to finish talking about that because I wanted to read the part about that. Okay?